everybody. Welcome to the Coffee at the Matinee with Dave, Casey, because Casey wouldn't say his own name.
I'm not allowed to talk during these because I always screw up the intro.
Today we're going to be talking about Endgame. Obvious spoilers.
Because we have to, because everybody's talking about it.
I mean, we're nobodies, so,
That's true. And we're going to be the contrarians on this.
Yeah. Endgame sucked.
It didn't suck.
I thought it sucked. It wasn't...
I gave it a lower rating than you did.
Yeah, but I was very disappointed, though.
I went in with no expectations, and I came out feeling satisfied with my no expectations. Is that me?
Yep, that's
cool.
You.
I shed.
Yeah.
I'm losing my winter coat.
It's gifts. Little presents. Alright, well, let's just, kick it off from the beginning, I guess. What did you think about the amount of time? Like, how long the movie was? What do you think about that?
I'm fine with a 3-hour runtime. I've seen movies with a 3-hour runtime, but I think it was Roger Ebert, the film critic, said there's no bad movie too short and there's no good movie too long. Something along those lines. I might be misquoting.
It sounds a little weird.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
It was fine. If all the bulk of the important stuff didn't happen like the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there wasn't so much build up and dicking about and meandering during the first 2 hours.
Yeah. They could have easily taken maybe about 30 minutes out of that to get like an average
45. I think 45 minutes could have been cut from that.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't remember the beginning of the movie too well. So...
I remember... okay. So, quick tangent. I'm going to tell you about my movie experience about this shit.
Not even 2 minutes yet. Go ahead.
Because it's germane.
Yeah.
It's relevant. So, I go to the movie. Movie starts up fine. But then about 2 or 3 minutes into it, so like the scene where Tony's talking into the Iron Man helmet, the sound cuts out.
Oh.
No sound for the movie.
That's hilarious.
People lose their goddamn minds. So for maybe the next 2 or 3 minutes, there's no sound. Also, keep in mind, no dialogue during the scene, so they're getting mad over nothing. The sound comes back on for maybe a minute, goes back out. People lose their minds.
Were you in IMAX?
No.
Okay. Because we were in IMAX, and...
Oh, no, it was IMAX. It was like the Dolby shit.
Oh, you were on the other side.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, we were in IMAX, and a very similar thing happened. Except it, like, stuttered. Like, somebody decided to pick up the DVD player while they were playing it.
So it was just like an all-around malfunction.
Yeah, it was... The theater just was not prepared. And this was at 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, and I saw it at like noon.
Yeah, so no different.
So after that initial blackout, it restarts.
Okay.
So, and once it gets back to the part where the sound cut out, I got so mad because, like I said, there was no dialogue. So these people are having a fucking fit over a dialogueless scene. So sound wouldn't have mattered.
No.
So I kind of couldn't help myself. I said, I hope you're all fucking happy over that. Yeah, and then there's audience participation, but that's a whole other thing.
Disgruntled Casey.
Yeah. Anyway.
Taking Grandpa to the cinema.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why Casey goes to the matinee and doesn't have his coffee. He gets grumpy.
Just leave me alone.
Alright. I think the biggest thing that we should address that kind of presents its own issues that I had a lot of issues with, and I believe you also did, time travel.
Yeah. Time travel rarely works well. Even in movies where time travel is a central key element, inevitably, somewhere along the lines of the movie, they will ignore their own rules. Like Looper, like even Back to the Future, I think, ignored its own rules at one point.
I think it was in the third one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they just didn't care anymore.
Yes, because nobody wanted to be there. Mm-hmm. They couldn't get Michael J. Fox to stop shaking. Yeah.
His participation was shaky at best. let's see.
But what about the time travel bothered you?
Well, basically everything you said. Them not following their own rules. Specifically, the idea of Captain America
Mm-hmm.
going back and staying back in time.
Well, all right. So hang on with that real quick.
Yeah, I'll hold on. I'll put it over here.
So initially, none of them are even sure time travel can really happen.
Yeah.
Outside of what happens with the quantum realm, outside of help of the time stone.
Yeah.
So they're not even sure time travel is a really possible thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then as soon as Tony just really conveniently figures it out, they automatically have rules set down, and they immediately discredit, movie rules, but they discredit everything that they kind of already know about time travel.
I'm glad you took that story.
Yeah. Because it's like Professor Hulk says, like, all that time travel movie thing is bullshit. But like, you guys just discovered it. You haven't really run tests.
I believe there was also one. The rules that they set down weren't even set down by the Avengers. They were set up by the Ancient One.
Right, and that's even like arbitrary at best.
Yeah.
Which, really quick side note, I was really happy to see Tilda Swinton come back.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
was very happy to see that.
Yeah, she was great. And
She's always great. She's always fucking awesome.
now I remember what I was gonna say. Because the movie opens up and Thanos has destroyed the Infinity Stones, correct?
Right.
So according to the Ancient One's rules
Mhm.
for how the universe works, the universe should have basically stopped working.
How so?
Because the way she described it, if the Infinity Stones aren't in their respective time,
She was referring to them going back in time and plucking them out of
but
the time. Those times, I think.
she also said that they kind of create the time period that they're in. So if they're destroyed and they're no longer existing, how does it continue to create the universe around it?
This is a rabbit hole we can't go down. Because this is just like plot conveniences and because movie.
Yeah, just kind of accept it.
This is because movie. This is part of that suspension of disbelief. But I think she was mostly talking about them going back in time and sticking their dicks in places where they shouldn't be doing that.
She's talking about like the branching off effects, basically, right? By removing one of the stones from a specific time period, it creates an alternate universe for that specific stone. Right?
Yeah.
So when they went back to get the 3 stones, it created 3 separate branches.
No.
Or was it all just
I think it was
one?
all just one. Because it was at one point in time. So then Loki, getting away with the stone, kind of maintains that broken limb.
Yeah. I need to see this again. Son of a bitch.
You just said you don't want to see it again.
God, I just need to see the first, 30 minutes.
That's not even happened in the first 30 minutes. It's like an hour and 45
Are
in.
you fucking kidding
Yes.
me? That was an hour and 45
Yes.
minutes in? Shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, I told you. 90% of this movie is dicking around and meandering. And that whole 2012 Avengers scene, that's all bullshit fan service.
When the movie opened, since it kind of started abruptly, there was no Marvel bullshit right at the beginning like there usually is.
Well, that's how Infinity War opened up, and that was great.
Yeah, I don't even remember how that opened up. Like, it
Oh,
just
what,
kind of
Infinity War or
kind of just
Endgame?
happened. Endgame, it was so abrupt.
Yeah.
That all of a sudden it was just Hawkeye with his daughter. I'm like, is this another fucking ad? Is this another trailer? Like, is Hawkeye getting his own movie?
No, this wasn't another trailer because the guy sitting 5 seats over wasn't narrating it. Yeah.
Wow.
Narrated every trailer, laughed at every joke.
Wow.
Like, even... Because we even, for some reason, got a Secret Life of Pets trailer.
I don't remember what.
And he thought it was the funniest goddamn thing he ever came across.
But yeah, Hawk, that entire opening sequence was awesome.
It was fine.
It was great.
It set up a good mood.
Yeah. It was just so...
I didn't mind it.
abrupt. Like, I liked it, but I remember sitting there
no.
like, what is this?
Abrupt is him running around Tokyo killing people. That was abrupt.
I think that was awesome.
That was abrupt and unnecessary and too long.
I think it was awesome. It was definitely a fan service, getting Ronin, but...
Nobody knows who Ronin is. Nobody cares.
I know.
Right, but like
I'm
still...
nobody, but
like nobody cares. They could have cut that entire scene down by just having him murder the one gangster. And then that's it.
I think that scene was more important than the gangster, only because of Budapest.
Yeah,
I think that's setting up Black Widow's movie as well as Hawkeye's buddy cop movie. No, not buddy cop. He's getting
a show?
I think he's getting a TV show.
Oh, great.
I think.
Cool, another show I won't watch.
I'm not 100%. But I know Black Widow's getting a movie.
Right.
And I think that's what that was setting up. Because she saved him instead of he saving her. Like, from that life of assassins.
I guess. Which is like a real stretch.
It's like the only thing Black Widow had hanging on in her entire arc.
But I did like her hair in this one. She didn't look good with the blonde. She looked okay with the red, but I like the ombre thing happening.
I don't remember it.
I don't. Because it was like one of the only times Scarlett Johansson ever looked good.
Alright, Thanos. Comparative to Infinity War versus Endgame.
Inferior.
Completely.
Insanely inferior character.
He was almost like...
he was a different character.
Yeah, he was like a white piece of paper.
And my other thing is... So he keeps going on about, I don't know who any of you people are.
Yeah.
No, he knew... Because that's 2014 Thanos.
Yeah.
And 2012 Thanos was aware of who they were.
Exactly.
So, did they forget?
Maybe the Russos weren't involved.
They weren't. That was Joss Whedon at that point.
So that was Russo's being like, "Who's Joss Whedon?"
Well, they didn't write it. They just directed it.
Their name on it.
Well, fine. But
I don't remember the writers.
I don't remember the writers off the top of my head either. But
writer number 2.
But yeah, this was a really uninteresting Thanos. Like all the good work that was set up in Infinity War just
yeah. It almost got. It made Nebula, 2014 Nebula, a more interesting villain than Thanos.
I have another issue about that. About 2014. Okay, so hang on. Hang on. So, first of all, most of this movie's fault is hers.
Yeah.
Why did she not think about warning everybody that, hey, we're going back in time, we're going back to 2014. BT Dubs, I'm here too. My dad's here too.
And I'm a bit of a dick.
Right. Like, why did she not think to warn anybody about this until after the fact? And then 2014 Gamora, or Nebula, can just walk up to their time machine and mess with it?
There wasn't even a time machine. Oh, wait, no, yeah, to let Thanos back.
Yeah. So could 2019 Nebula have done that too?
Probably.
It's
maybe
rabbit hole.
2-parter.
Oh, no.
This was a 2-parter. This was a part 2.
This could have been 2 movies.
It should have been 2 movies.
It should have been 2 movies.
It could have been 3. I would love to see Cap's adventure when he goes back. Just to see the bullshit he had to go through to get all those stones back to where they were.
That's a whole other conversation. Cap going back in time by himself with all the stones at once seems a little odd. Like, shouldn't he have gone back piecemeal?
You would think.
And then, like, wouldn't he have still popped up on the return platform and not just on the bench?
Not if he didn't. Not.
See, this is them not following their own rules.
Yeah, kind of. Because he waited.
Would they not? But wouldn't they have noticed him when they had set up the equipment in the first fucking place? If he had just been waiting the whole time?
It's Captain America. I don't fucking know. He's got government-like speed.
So no speed at all.
Exactly. He was just sitting there the whole time.
Right, and nobody noticed? Nobody noticed Clint Eastwood sitting off in the distance?
He is mostly... Never mind.
Yeah, so like the more and more I think about this movie, the more and more it's frustrating me, and the less and less I can remember the positives.
Yeah.
Of which there are positives. Like all the set design, all the production design looked great. I did like the fight scenes. The fight scenes looked like they were a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree with that. The entire last hour was like the best part of the movie. I think.
And I really enjoyed the beginning.
Yeah.
And 10 out of 10 to Captain Marvel's fucking pantsuit at the funeral.
Yeah.
Because she looked boss. And just her new getup in general looked amazing.
Her I want to call a manager hair is great.
It is not I want to call a manager hair.
It's getting there.
It's close, but it's not
Let it grow in a little bit.
It's comic accurate and it looks great. Like the little bobblehead there, that's her. Mm-hmm. That's it.
I'm glad that they did that.
I loved it. I was fine with it.
It was good. Mm-hmm. Like hey, we're using more updated comics now.
Well, it looks better than a lot of her old suits did.
Yeah. You know what else I really liked? And it's kind of obscure. I love the fact that Hawkeye was running through the fucking sewers with the Infinity Gauntlet. Just the stupidest thing, but it was great.
Oh, so
that entire sequence.
So I'm gonna branch off here. So the Infinity Stones could just be attached to apparently anything.
Yes.
So Peter Dinklage and Nita Villiers, completely pointless.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So you could Stark could have just made a gauntlet at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he had a kid, so.
Yeah, he didn't need to do any of this. He could have just given them the information.
Yep.
And then just pissed off.
Yep.
Shown up for the end, maybe.
Like, hey, what's up? And then get killed there.
Yeah.
Just get rock thrown at his head. Because he's like 70 years old, so.
Tony Stark? No, he's not. He's like in his 50s. Ant-Man's 50.
Ant-Man just turned 50. That's insane.
Ant-Man's 50.
That's nuts.
Peter Parker's 30. Something like that.
I really like the way Iron Man died.
I didn't like it.
I loved it.
So Hulk snap was handled much better.
Yeah.
And you didn't just see everybody poof into existence. You just get that little Hawkeye's phone buzzing. I thought this is nice. This is well done. Iron Man's buzzer. So I was a little off.
Yeah, he's 20. Spider-Man's 22.
Iron Man's snap was like, I get it that those are the words that kicked off the franchise, that kicked off the universe.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I just ignored it.
I remember bullshit like that. And his death was good, up until the stupid he had to put his hand on top of Pepper's hand, and then you had to see it fall.
That was a bit much.
That was a bit much. Just seeing his light go out
was
fine.
That would have been. That was very emotional.
Yeah,
emotional.
And like I initially said, this is just bloated excess. They keep doing things too far.
Yeah.
Or not far enough.
It almost feels like they were like, let's cram as much as we can into this 3 hours as possible.
Yeah, it still felt rushed, which is crazy.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to cram.
Right, and maybe if that's the issue, don't do that.
What about Thor bringing back Mjolnir?
But it went back.
Yeah, well, after Cap used it.
Right, but it went back.
Eventually.
Right, but like the stones, it spent the same amount of time out of its time as the stones did.
So it kind of follows that, like, it goes unobserved, so it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Or it may or may not be happening.
Well, it returned, and it was fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I that was another big thing that I really liked was
keep it in.
Well, now I got it. I'm gonna cut it out just this way no one knows what the hell we're talking about right now.
I sneezed. It's fine. Yeah. This wasn't gonna be a short one.
Captain Mjolnir. However the fuck you say it.
Mjolnir.
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 I'm not. Cap
Mew
and
Mew.
Shocky Hammer.
Mew Mew.
Cap and Shocky
Mew
Hammer
Mew.
was amazing.
That was cool.
I
Yeah,
thought
no,
it was really good. That was a fun part.
The fight scene between the three original guys and Thanos was great.
You know, if they just had a 3-hour movie of just that, maybe.
No. Because then we would just get more ass jokes.
I wasn't against that. That was kind of funny. Like the first time.
It was fine. And then the third and fourth and fifth time, I was like,
yeah.
fine.
You know what?
Stop it.
I really laughed, harder than I should have when
I didn't laugh at all.
when 2012 Cap was like, I can do this all day.
Yeah.
And then 2023 Cap was like, I know.
Yeah. I didn't I didn't laugh. It was more like an amused ostrich watching 2.5 Men. Ha!
Yeah, you're annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, I laughed more at Hellboy. I enjoyed Hellboy far more.
I laughed at how just ridiculous this entire movie was.
It wasn't ridiculous. Like, it wasn't
just
ridiculous enough. Which is crazy, because it did so many things extra.
like when Hulk bashed the door in and knocked
Yeah.
Iron Man back
Yeah.
like 50 feet.
No more doors. Professor Hulk was great.
Yeah. We needed just a separate movie for just Professor Hulk. No, like a Bill Nye the Science Guy kind of TV show, but with Professor Hulk. And like he tries picking up beakers, but he accidentally breaks them every so often.
That'd be funny. I'd be fine with
I
that.
think that'd be great. One season, done.
It'd be less Bill Nye and more Beakman's World.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That'd be
So
great.
we need a rat furry as well.
There's Squirrel Girl. Perfect way to introduce.
I'm fine with that.
That would be perfect.
We're bringing in Squirrel Girl. It's official.
Marvel.
Oh, but not Anna Kendrick, because they want Anna Kendrick to play her.
We'll see.
They got to get somebody thick.
We'll sell you this idea.
Oh shit! You know who might be good?
Hmm.
The girl that played Barb on Stranger Things.
Yeah, she would be good.
Yeah, like she's appropriately thick.
They're slowly integrating Stranger Things into every other type of media out there, so yeah, it would be great.
Not a fan. Anyway,
Um,
I'm keeping us on track. What's your next point? What's your next issue?
I'm only on page 1. Alright, turn the page. Stand...
I didn't like any of the humor, like I said. I didn't really laugh at anything.
Well, I have one point here. Fuck Peter Star-Lord Quill.
Oh yeah.
Fuck him.
Oh yeah. He's awful.
Still. I liked him prior to Infinity War a little bit. I thought he was okay with his little Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, like he's fine with an ensemble because there's an ensemble to dull and mediate his bullshit.
Exactly. But after Infinity War, when he single-handedly doomed the universe,
Yeah.
because he was just
And
he had some daddy issues.
And I'm glad he lost his Gamora.
Oh, I was so happy.
Yeah, like that's what you get. That's what you get.
The only redeeming factor he had within these two movies was that he pulled the trigger.
And then he died.
That's it. And then he died. But then he came back. So that was instantly undone.
Yeah.
I was so mad when he came back. I was like, fuck him.
Right. But he pulled it too little, too late.
I was like, and then I hate him with Thor.
It's
so
not.
cringy.
It's not funny.
Oh, and I guess on that topic, Gamora.
Yeah. Like, what's she doing?
Where, what, how, when is Gamora? Because, like, if...
Right, she got pulled out of a timeline.
Yeah.
Therefore, that timeline should still be fucking up.
Yeah. But it's going unobserved.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's not getting fucked up.
And I don't know what parameters, like, Tony Stark's snap was under, but wouldn't she have gotten dusted too? Because she's part of Thanos' force?
That's if he...
Knew about her?
Knew about her, or... Excuse me. There was two things he could have wished, or thought of when he snapped, was, I want all of them dead,
Right.
or I want them all back to their respective timeline.
No, he killed them all.
Oh, yeah, I was saying that was two things he
Right.
could have done.
Right, so that timeline
And he
is now
killed
irrevocably fucked up.
Yes, if you go
Yeah.
back there, everything gets fucked up. So, what the fuck is Gamora? Like, is she here? Is she not here? Is Star-Lord going off this abstract idea of her possibly being alive,
Yes.
and that's going to be the entire.
Well, she is alive. They're setting out to track her down.
But we don't see her after the snap.
Right, but like you see him looking her up on the computer screen, like he's tracking her.
As far as I'm concerned, that means nothing, since there's no visual,
Fine, fair enough.
like proof.
Right, fair enough.
Unless we get one in one of the next movies, like in an end cutscene or an end credit scene or a mid credit scene,
Mm-hmm.
which I doubt it. We won't hear about her again until 2023, when Guardians 3 might come out.
No, it's starting to film next year.
Is it starting to film? They actually are going through.
I think. Yeah.
Holy shit!
Well, who else is going to do it?
Well, I know they fired him for a while, and then they brought him back because they saw he was filming for. He was directing for DC.
Right, because he's doing the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. And then Disney was like, "Oh, hold on.
Yeah, we fucked up.
We missed you. Come back, baby."
Because you're one of our only good directors.
He single-handedly revived.
He saved it.
Yeah.
He saved it from mediocrity. Because at that point, what were they doing? They had just the first Captain America. They had Thor 2 at that point.
Yeah. Thor
Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2.
And that's it.
Yeah. And it was pretty much all the same, and Thor 2 flopped harder than a fish on a deck.
Yeah. I still own it, but...
It was...
I own many questionable movies.
Well, I mean, you might as well own the set, right?
I don't want the set.
Anyway, this movie.
Yeah.
This fucking movie. So much hype built up around it. A ridiculous amount.
And
well, I can't say a ridiculous amount because it was worth that amount of hype because it was end of a.
No, 30% of it was worth the hype.
Yes, I'm saying like the idea of the movie was worth that amount of hype.
Right,
but they did not deliver.
They didn't know how to deliver on that promise.
Not at all. And last thing, absolutely last thing. You can't go any further.
No.
This could be for another video or whatever. The Russo brothers making cameos and putting their daughters and sons inside the movie, I just thought was really weird.
Yeah, and like the one director,
I think it was Joe.
showed up at the VA meeting, like, we had our first gay character. No, you didn't.
You had your first director inside your movie.
Great, you pulled him Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Good fucking job.
So proud. I mean, it's not the first time he's been in his own movies, which is I've never even noticed him until that was so heavy-handed.
Which one? He's been in all of his movies.
Oh, I know.
But none so egregious as Lady in the Water.
Oh, I'm not. Not Shyamalan. I'm talking about.
Okay.
No, Shyamalan. He's not. This is probably the worst director cameo I've ever seen.
Yeah.
In Endgame, because he was on screen for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, he was on there for too long. That's some of the shit that they could have cut out.
That's all I remember from the first 2 hours is Joe Russo. That's it. It's Joe Russo and Loki getting the Space Stone. That's it.
Yeah.
I nothing else really stuck.
Yeah. I remember far more than I care to.
Oh, and I Love You 3000. That was cute. I remember that.
Was it?
It was cute. It was the only cute part.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Are you sure?
I am 100% positive. Because Pepper only deserves 600 to 900.
Well, she gotta stop shoving jade eggs up her cunt.
On that note, thank you everyone for listening. Keep an eye out for maybe a part 2. Who knows? We might do something on Captain America because that's an entire goddamn rabbit hole that we need to jump down.
Do we want to bring in Dom?
Maybe. We'll see.
Dom and Miss, because I know Dom saw it. Miss is going to see it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Do we want to make this a group?
Maybe we'll make it a podcast. Hey, if you guys aren't already subscribed to us on Spotify or iTunes or CastBox or here on YouTube, go ahead, subscribe to us. Keeping the ear out for that notification to pop up for the Captain America podcast. Who knows? Maybe.
No.
We'll see.
Probably not.
We have to talk about America's ass. You know.
Do we have to?
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Instagram. Like, subscribe. Thank you.
This has been Coffee at the Manatees.
Ah!
Oh no.